talking about Stinky reminds me of Inky. Stinky Inky. The case of the missing laptops. This nigga reminds me of Inky. Stinky Inky. The case of the missing laptops. This nigga. This nigga Minister Inky. I swear, everything, everywhere this nigga go and leave, nigga, something is missing.
Phoenix Academy, niggas came in through YouTube, through a side door that there was nobody guarding the door. You came in on some Phoenix Academy shit. You didn't get sanctioned. You got sanctioned by how many likes and comments you got on YouTube and views and whatnot. That's not real in my field. Niggas came in through YouTube, through a side door that there was nobody guarding the door. You came in on some Phoenix Academy shit. You didn't get sanctioned. You didn't get sanctioned. You didn't get sanctioned. We help people with situations to get out of these situations, but all of that shit where motherfuckers is taking money, people are breaking up families, people are losing property, you know what I mean? People getting locked up, nobody is being held accountable. Show me, let me see that debate. Whose shit is really real like that?
If a brother felt like I tricked him into getting locked up, I do believe. I think it's legal at that point to tell. I don't think there's no such thing as snitching if you trick me into getting locked up. It would have been several people locked up for something I teach. It would have been several people locked up for something I teach. It would have been several people locked up for something I teach.
Shame. 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 Shame.
No fucking standings and credibility. No fucking standings and credibilities. I'm sorry to break the news to you.
Contact his mother and do an interview with his mother. Get an interview with the man's mother. That's what you do. Contact his mother and do an interview with his mother. Get an interview with the man's mother. That's what you do.
No fucking standings and credibilities. I'm sorry to break the news to you.
You came out your mouth and said, we take primary ideas, sources, or primary ideas. So to say it secondly, in my book, means you're correcting yourself. Okay? You're correcting yourself because you know that what you said, when you said primary sources, you have to, being specific, you know you have to clarify and say that they're ideas because that's all they are. Because I could have went down a line in a trail and show you how they're nothing but ideas. Because first of all, it comes from an author. So therefore, you yourself or whoever's reading it that isn't the author and who isn't someone who leads excavation teams or anything like that, yo, you don't know shit. All you know is what this person is telling you in this book. You said out your mouth, bro, that it's just ideas, primary ideas. Well, stop giving people the business talking about you have primary sources. Like, your source is a fucking idea. Do you think I'm going to ignore the fact that you said idea? Hell no, because that's the key to all of this, that it's all just an idea. It all is arbitrary. It all is not based on facts. It's not based on facts at all, especially if it's primary ideas. It can't be a fact because it's just somebody's fucking idea. Do you think I'm going to ignore the fact that you said idea? Hell no, because that's the key to all of this, that it's all just an idea. It all is arbitrary. It all is not based on facts. It's not based on facts at all, especially if it's primary ideas. It can't be a fact because it's just somebody's fucking idea. And if it is factual, they don't know it's factual because they're just going off of ideas. What the hell? It's the same thing the young kid in Buffalo or whatever, Pharaoh said. The fuck, like, yo, there's no way. It said he's saying it like there's no way. There's no way you translated all this. There's no way you know any of this stuff, man. Cut the shit. And Reggie, you're the number one. And so that's why I'm staring at you. And this is nowhere near over with.
To allow us to think deeply that among the first sounds, the first thoughts in creation was decay, and this whole union is called the Kemetu. The elements of the Kemetu cosmology of our ancestors is the precursor to what the Europeans would create science.
Some more comes from an author. So, some more comes from an author. Some more comes from an author. So, therefore, you, yourself, or whoever's reading it, that isn't the author and who isn't someone who leads excavation teams or anything like that, yo, you don't know shit. All you know is what this person is telling you. Shit. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. All you know is what this person is telling you in this book. Speaking of books and reading.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
The difference. Is there a difference between Afrocentric feminism, and European feminism?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Here go proof right here from James Church Ward of a colonies of Moo people who island flooded, and they had to flock to America, and they populated America. The Pacific Island people, the Moo people. Here's proof. Here's proof.
In the 1913, science and religion was having a conflict. What would make the Prophet Noble Drew Ali an expert on science in the 1913? Now, if he was prophesizing black in science means death, he didn't qualify what he meant. Did he talk about black the color, black the people, black as an organism, black as a frequency? What was he talking about? See, in science now, you just can't make a statement like that and say, well, black in science means death. You have to specifically talk about the characteristics of what you are trying to analyze and use a methodology in that.
Dazzle, dazzle, dazzle.
Formula to actually solve the problem.
Guys, let's listen to this again. Interface. In its conception and inception, evolution, de-evolution of the revolution. Interface.
The perspective that we're talking about is the perspective of civics and law. The perspective that we're talking about is the perspective of civics and law. We're not talking about anything else. We're not talking about out there in the universe, the blackness of, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about the blackness of the womb. We're not talking about the blackness of the earth. We're not talking about the blackness of, every color comes from black. We're not talking about, the high carbon skin content. We're not talking about that. We're talking about from a law perspective.
Shame.
Through YouTube, through a side door, that there was nobody guarding the door. You came in on some Phoenix Academy shit. You didn't get sanctioned. You got sanctioned by how many likes and comments you got.
Shame.
You got on likes and comments you got Academy shit. You didn't get sanctioned. You got sanctioned by how many likes and comments you got on YouTube and views and whatnot. That's not real in my field. Academy shit. You didn't get sanctioned. You got sanctioned by how many likes and comments you got on YouTube and views and whatnot. That's not real in my field.
Young Pharaoh feel like we disrespected him and he's not doing the debates. Period. What's wrong with you niggas? This is why niggas can't do shit. Okay? I had a respectable debate with Tommy Sotomayor. I had a respectable debate with a European. Why can't I have a respectable debate with a Lance Stop? Why you niggas just ain't keep it a buck? So that
This is about Zion Lex, Polite. You was calling Zion Lex, telling him when to call, when to fucking set up, what to say, and how to say it. I do a video talking about Zion Lex. Guess who pops up in my comments? Zion Lex.
This video can be seen on Derek Jones Talks. Polite Zion Lex said you did try staging beef. Fuck this cop diversion. Back to the video.
And Zion Lex says, yeah, he sent the shit over, and when he was I'm paraphrasing, but he was more than happy to fucking expose Polite for the fraud and the fucking sucker ass nigga that he is.
So when them niggas came in, what did they do? They ravaged everything that was built before them. Lost all respect for niggas. Lost all respect for niggas. Lost all respect for niggas. Your stocks fell through the fucking floor. Niggas is getting washed up around the world right now as a result of that. You have no fucking standings and credibilities. I'm sorry to break the news to you.
These dudes are finished. Time has come for new blood. Derek Jones Talks, Shame TV. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Just messing around, guys, giving you some audio just to listen to. Please subscribe to my new channel, Shame TV East Watch on YouTube. And as for that, I'm going to holler at you guys later tonight on my live stream.